Creighton Bluejays are ranked second in the nation and are on the verge of their 17th straight NCAA tournament appearance. But first, they'll attempt to win the Missouri Valley Conference Championship as they face the in-form Missouri State Bears. It's the Valley Soccer Final. Next. Welcome live to Black Beauty Field in Evansville, Indiana. It's the 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Championship Final. The number 3 seed Missouri State Bears versus the top seeded Creighton Bluejays. Glad you're with us, everyone. With Ty Keogh, I'm Sean Wheelock. Ty, no surprise that we're seeing Creighton today. A bit of a surprise, though, that we are seeing Missouri State in this match.
Missouri State, they are in the match they wanted to be in, a chance to qualify for the NCAA tournament. This is an automatic bid conference, and not a great regular season, but towards the end here, they've only given up 4 goals in their last 8 games. They are a gritty defensive team, and they'll be tough to beat.
Creighton, number 1 seed in this competition, number 2 nationally, Ty. They're not only thinking about winning today, they're thinking about winning a national championship.
Well, Creighton has only lost 1 game all season long, but they lost this championship game last season against Bradley. So they want to win this conference championship final. They also want to build momentum for that NCAA tournament.
Stay with us, everyone. When Ty and I return, we'll have the starting lineups for both schools and then the first half kickoff. It's the Valley Soccer Championship presented by State Farm.
You know, it's not all fun and games when you're a mascot. Every year I find myself where the season always ends meets the bills never stop.
You know that place where you realize even a squirrel can't live off peanuts? Well, maybe you don't, but believe me, I'm there.
Here's a way to score on savings.
Nice.
Switch your car insurance to State Farm. You'll save big, plus get a payment plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know I wear this everywhere.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love?
Wake up, people!
Diet Pepsi Max. Maximum taste, maximum energy, 0 calories.
Stop it! The 2008 State Farm MVC Men's Soccer Tournament is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Bud Light, the difference is drinkability. Mercy Health Plans, the way we care makes all the difference. Diet Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Missouri Valley Conference. And by Casey's General Stores, convenience stores, and a whole lot more. Welcome live inside Black Beauty Field, one of the finest soccer facilities in all of the college game. We're in Evansville, Indiana, on the campus of the University of Evansville. This is the 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Championship Final. The number 3 seed Missouri State Bears versus the number 1 seed and number 2 in the nation Creighton Bluejays. With Ty Keogh, our producer Kayla Manning, director Corey Smith, and our entire crew, I'm Sean Wheelock. John Leamy is the head coach of the Missouri State Bears in his 17th year at the school. 175 victories, 124 losses, 31 draws. Ty, this is his starting 11 this afternoon.
And he's looking to make sure no goals are given up early. So go at the bottom there. Look at the responsibility for Hennessy, DeMarzy, Dryden. They block shots. They're scrappy. They're going to keep Missouri State in the game here. Up front, what a goal the other night in the semifinal by Kyle Windmuller. A long-range blast, and he's dangerous from outside. And in goal, Alex Riggs, the top goalkeeper statistically in the conference this season. He's been sharp, especially the last 6-7 games for Missouri State.
Bob Warming in his 13th year, second stint at Creighton University. Overall at the school, 180 victories, 56 losses, 29 draws. Ty, this is his starting 11.
Bob Warming has to motivate his players. They already will be in the NCAA tournament no matter what happens in this match. But he's looking for Tim Walters, who's got game-winning goals, including in the semifinal against Bradley on Friday night. And in goal, of course, Brian Holt, the conference freshman of the year. A very low .45 goals against average.
Bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing the Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We just showed you our starting lineups. They are presented by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. Now to Ty Keogh's State Farm's keys to today's championship match.
We look at what's important for Missouri State. They do have to stay disciplined, organized, and very tight, and sit in at the back. And they have to be very aware of Creighton's set pieces. Creighton's set pieces, well rehearsed, well executed. For the Creighton Bluejays, patience. They really need to take some time to maybe break down that Missouri State defense. And Andre Gatsmanov, the Conference Player of the Year in 2008 here. A wonderful left-footed playmaker, and he strikes well with the left foot, especially on free kicks as well. With his left foot, he's deadly.
Ty's Keys brought to you by State Farm. Great service, great rates, it's all here. Nobody takes care of you like State Farm. Moments away from the first half kickoff of this championship match. And there you see Andre Gatsmanov. 9 goals, the Missouri Valley Conference 2008 Player of the Year. Someone who very well could be playing in Major League Soccer next season. Our series history brought to you by Sirius Satellite Radio, the best radio on radio. Visit Sirius.com. You see the one meeting between these two sides at Creighton, a 0-0 draw on October 21st. And Ty, we talked to both head coaches about that match.
Well, 85% of the possession was Creighton's in that match, and that's conceded by both coaches, both Leamy and Bob Warming. And what it came down to was 12 huge saves by Alex Riggs from Missouri State.
Rizal Milliken, the referee, blows his whistle. We are underway. Glad you're with us, everyone. The 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Championship Final. Creighton, the number 1 seed, number 2 in the nation. They're in the all-white kits. They're attacking from the left to the right in the first half. Attempted a shot from distance, coming in by Sinovic. Missouri State, the number 3 seed, entering with a losing record. 7 victories, 9 losses, 5 draws. Just the second time in this tournament championship history that a side with a losing overall record has made it to the final. Missouri State, they're in the maroon strips. They will be attacking from the right to the left here in the first half.
John Leamy, the Missouri State coach, I asked him, you guys were picked to finish last in the conference in the preseason poll. He goes, well, one guy voted for him to finish first, and that was me. And now they're in the game that they wanted to be in, a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. For Missouri State, this essentially is an NCAA tournament game.
DeMarzy on the throw-in. Cut out neatly by Sinovic. The senior captain plays left back for Creighton. The outstanding defenders, not just in the Valley, but in all of college soccer. Castillo, the holding midfield. Forward cut out nicely by Butsa Buban. Now the counter attack by the Bears. Windmuller scored in the semifinals on Friday night. Windmuller trying to play through edge of the 18-yard box. Early opportunity coming from Missouri State. Malusian lost his shooting angle.
And it really bears mentioning the conditions on this field. Heavy rains, downpours over the last 3 or 4 days. Really just stopped late last night. And you've got a very soft field. You saw there Chris Schuler, the center back for Creighton, slipping and setting up this dangerous opportunity for Missouri State.
Barbero is there as a short option. DeMarzy will take this corner kick. DeMarzy, back post on the in-swinger, through the 18-yard box. Zegon could not run it down over the touchline. That's a throw into the Blue Jays.
Boy, defensively, you don't like to see that as a coach. Bob Warman can't be happy that ball came all the way through the 6-yard box with no Creighton defender getting a boot or a head to it. Chris Schuler, number 4 at the back for Creighton, the Missouri Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year, so he's got to hold it together better there.
Forward by Sinovic, one right back by Missouri State in the attacking half. Malusian, nicely done for Kyle Windmuller. Boots of Buban. Lifting in for Malusian on a difficult ball. Zegon.
Maybe not what we would have expected. Right away, Missouri State applying some pressure in Creighton's end.
Brian Holt will take this goal kick for Creighton. Closed captioning for today's telecast is made possible by Emerson, the global manufacturing and technology company. To learn more, visit emerson.com. Emerson, consider it solved. Holt on the goal kick, conceded just 7 goals all season, and he kept 10 clean sheets, 10 shutouts for the Creighton goalkeeper. That's phenomenal. Now here's the Creighton attack. Getting numbers forward. Nicely won by Butsa Buban, the left back from Missouri State. Hennessy had to be careful, and he was out of his own 18-yard box. Sinovic, he likes to push forward from the left back position. Sinovic on the overlapping run on the far flank. Tim Walters. Castillo.
Creighton excels at this, working the ball side to side, try to spread out the opponent's defense.
Castillo from Finley. Good movement by Creighton. Early on, you can see why they're number 2 in the nation, why they've been beaten just once all season. Walters. Thayer's made a deep central run. Sinovic. Finley.
You're counting the passes, Sean?
A lot of passes, a lot of good possession. To the byline, along the byline by Castillo, made the run all the way forward from the holding midfield position.
Creighton can be very fun to watch in terms of their ball possession, how they zip the ball from side to side, keeping close possession and constantly threatening to get into the corners and drive balls to the near post.
Sergio Castillo will take this throw in.
Clarky, to your right!
Dacey showing
to
for
your
the
right,
ball.
Clark! Get up, Kyle.
It is to Byron Dacey. Dacey off of Butsa Buban. Chris Schuler thought about playing back to his goalkeeper, and now he does. Back for Brian Holt.
Not necessarily a great decision with these very soft conditions of the field. And you see the goalkeeper slip suddenly.
Windmuller.
Come on, Ethan, get out.
Mueller losing out. Challenge. The referee, Rizal Milliken, blows the whistle. The foul committed by Kenny Butsa Buban.
Let's see whether Gatsmanov takes most of the free kicks, although this side on the right side does not favor his left foot. Bob Warming knows that Andre Gatsmanov is really the key to breaking down a pretty disciplined Missouri State defense.
Andre Gatsmanov's father, a former Soviet Union international. Gatsmanov himself, born in Belarus. Down the line for Thayer into space. That's a goal kick. Nicely defended by Boots Abubon. Alex Riggs will have this goal kick. Riggs had a strong season. 6 shutouts for the sophomore Missouri State goalkeeper.
Give it to him, get it back, and then we go out
One
the
of
other
those
side,
shutouts
okay?
against Akron, who at the time was number 2 in the
That's
country.
respectable
The
then.
other shutout was October 21st against Creighton, the same Creighton team who are now number 2 in the country.
Riggs on the goal kick. Cold temperatures, as Ty mentioned, it rained on Friday, rained on Saturday. Rain has not hit us today. Cold and crisp conditions, certainly dry though, and we like that.
Although the wind could be a factor here as well. We've got gusts of 10 to 20 miles per hour. The players seem to be adjusting. The field is protected somewhat by this near side grandstand.
Johannes DeMarzi will take this restart. Ty, in your estimation, how important is the first goal in this match?
What's really important, I think, for Missouri State is that they keep it 0-0 as long as possible and frustrate Creighton. As I mentioned, the key for Creighton is some patience.
Here's Windmuller. Difficult ball. I think he got caught of 2 minds. Half shot, half cross. No real worries there for Brian Holt.
But Holt dealing with some blustery winds, also dealing with some soft footing underneath due to the heavy rains this week. Windmuller totally off balance and very cleanly handled there by Brian Holt.
Missouri State holding their own, but you can see Creighton, it's all about possession for them. Bob Warming telling us in the coaches' meeting, one of the reasons they've been so good defensively is because they dominate the possession match after match.
When you have the ball, the other team cannot score.
This is Castillo. Dacey. Castillo on the overlapping run, cut out neatly by Windmuller. Here's the counterattack by Missouri State. Too strong on the return for Windmuller. Throw into Creighton in the attacking half. Castillo will take this.
Creighton effectively playing with just 3 backs. Castillo is pushed up into midfield, and of course, Sinovic on the far side there. He loves to give it. This could be, other than Gatsmanov, the best playmaker for Creighton. Their left back is one of their best playmakers, Sinovic.
Tim Walters bypasses Gatsmanov. Sinovic. Walters. Try to return to Sinovic, won by Missouri State.
A good read there by Schuler, the Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He showed it there.
Here is Gatsmanov. Ambitious ball there, trying to play forward for Dacey and well read by Riggs.
Gatsmanov does possess a very delicate touch with that left foot. He was off on that one by several yards, but if he gets a chance to look up, he could pick apart the Missouri State defense.
Here's a look at our State Farm Missouri Valley Conference tournament bracket. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Creighton, they received the first round bye. Missouri State having to go through, defeating number 6 seed Eastern Illinois 4-1 in the first round, and then on penalty kicks, defeating the second seed Drake. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, very cold on Friday night. They led 1-0, it was 1-1 through extra time, 110 minutes, and they won 4-1 on penalties to reach this match. Creighton defeated number 5 Bradley 2-0 in the semifinals.
Goals there by Tim Walters and the second goal by Finley, the freshman, for Creighton to get past Bradley on Friday night.
Kyle Dermer. Sergio Castillo coming back to get the ball at his feet. You see the movement again by the Blue Jays. Sinovic, time and space across the halfway line. Walters. Walters got Smonoff laying back. Taking no chances there. Zegon straight over the touchline. Throw into Creighton.
Missouri State now playing with just 1 man up. He looks very lonesome up there, number 11, Greg Jordan.
Castillo in the center circle. Finley. Castillo on the return. Again, you see the patience by Creighton. Hallmark of a Bob Warming side. Dermer. Back for Chris Schuler.
Missouri State very content to just sit back in, frustrate Creighton as long as they can.
Now Gatsmanoff. Direct service, nicely done. Beautiful ball by Gatsmanoff. Walters, 2 yards off the byline.
Yeah, that great ball by Gatsmanoff opened things up. Walters then had a good one-on-one situation with some space to try to penetrate, and he wins this corner kick.
Bob Warming looking on. Scoreless in the 12th minute. Creighton versus Missouri State for the MVC 2008 State Farm Soccer Championship. Ethan Finley will take this. No option short. He'll hit the right-footed in-swinger.
Schuler's a big target in there, number 4 for Creighton in white.
On the in-swinger. Landing in the 6-yard box. Nearly the shot being taken. Dacey could not get it off.
Well, that's because it was blocked in there
Easy surge.
by Will Zegon, number 7 for Missouri State.
Well won by Windmuller.
How many times did we see that in the semifinal Friday night? Missouri State under pressure from Drake. It wasn't even so much Alex Riggs, the goalkeeper, coming up big. It was defenders like Hennessy, Dryden, Zegon diving in front, sacrificing their bodies, blocking shots out in front of the Missouri State goalkeeper, Alex Riggs.
On the restart for the Bears, as their head coach looks on, John Leamy doing an outstanding job, and this is his 17th season with this side to get him to the final. Missouri State committing numbers forward. Malusian losing out to Castillo. Gatsmanoff leading the Blue Jays counterattack. Not his best ball of the day. Missouri State still in the attacking half.
Well, think about Missouri State. They have so much to play for. A chance to get into the NCAA tournament with the automatic bid. They have nothing to lose here, and they're playing like it. They've got some good energy here, and they put some passes together and put some pressure on Creighton.
Creighton will definitely go through. They're number 2 in the country, regardless of the outcome of this match, but they don't want to go into the tournament with a loss. Also, winning obviously helps their seeding in the NCAA tournament. Sinovic.
And in 2007, they lost to Bradley in the Missouri Valley Conference Championship final, this same match last year, and I think that still stings.
Now Andre Gatsmanoff. Oh, that's a much better ball. You see Sinovic making the run forward. Nearly for Dacey, cut out nicely. Long service from Malusian. Difficult ball, 1v3. Dermer. Gatsmanoff.
Yeah, Gatsmanoff just orchestrating everything out of midfield. Good vision.
Ethan Finley, won by Bootsabubon. Back for Castillo. The 2 central midfielders tied for Creighton. Very, very effective. Bootsabubon nearly getting through. Schuler quickly over the touchline.
Dermer got away with some holding there, I thought. Bootsabubon looks like he was going to break away perhaps here. Pass not played really hard enough, and a bad touch here. Great hustle. Bootsabubon, watch the holding there. No call. The holding there allowed Chris Schuler, to come over and sweep things up for Creighton.
Johannes DeMarzi on the throw-in for the Bears.
Yeah, not happy about no call there.
Windmuller. All the way back for Bootsabubon. Tried to play through for Heath Malusian, couldn't do it. Buckenheimer.
There's that bad footing.
Alford slipping, trying to play him through at the edge of the penalty area. Now the counterattack by Creighton. Thayer. Just 1v6. You see Missouri State getting numbers back immediately. Snuffing out that counterattack. Forward from Malusian. Adjusting down a difficult ball. Both sides doing a nice job, Ty, of getting numbers back. Malusian.
Referee letting them play here. There's a bit of contact at times.
Barbero.
Actually, I don't mind that with a referee if he's consistent.
Bootsabubon now in the overlapping run. Windmuller. Bootsabubon. 1v1 with Castillo. Kyle Windmuller. Too strong the idea there for Justin Alford.
What we're going to see, very likely, all afternoon, is Castillo, the right back for Creighton, number 2, who's about to collect the ball here, getting into the attack on the right side. They take turns. And Seth Sinovic on the other side will go forward, and they will alternate. When the one goes forward, the other will hold back.
Dacey is the striker coming all the way back for Creighton. Castillo. Here's Gatsmanov.
Dropping very deep to really do the playmaking from deep in the center circle, Gatsmanov.
Sinovic. Walters. Again, attractive stuff by Creighton as they push forward in the attacking half.
I'm surprised Missouri State has given Gatsmanov as much time and space as they do. Now, granted, it's pretty deep. He has dropped pretty far back.
Up to 20,
Finley
Sergio!
looking for a shooting angle to his left foot. Bypassed the shot for Gatsmanov. Forward for Thayer. Well read by Alex Riggs. Kept his composure.
Yeah, Riggs is a commanding presence. 6 shutouts on the year. Again, footing is a little bit of an issue in those goal areas, but he looked very secure here. Little shove there. I think there was a whistle on that, but they gave advantage. Referee indicating maybe calling a foul, but instead, Riggs able to just pick it up.
Forward by Riggs, the goalkeeper. Gatsmanov right back in the attacking half.
Yeah, good call.
Gatsmanov fouled. No argument there from Missouri State. That was pretty obvious.
Gatsmanov pretty slick there on the dribble, splitting the defenders.
Castillo. Ambitious ball looking for Walters. Forward again, route 1 for Maluzhin, but 1v4. Schuler slipping the center circle.
Schuler's so strong on the ball, but that's the second time we've seen him make a big slip in the center of the park.
Walters. Forward for Byron Dacey. Thayer has made the run forward to the penalty spot. Over the byline. That's a goal kick for Missouri State.
Good hustle by Johannes DeMarzi to track down Dacey. Looks like it's going to be a Creighton corner, though.
It is a corner kick. Throw in instead for Creighton. Some confusion. The initial signal was a goal kick. Creighton thought it was a throw in. I thought it was a goal kick. The referee saying it's a corner kick.
Chris Schuler, number 4 for Creighton, pushing up again. I don't know if he's a decoy. It seems like they rarely put the ball in his direction. I know he's the biggest target in there, number 4 for Creighton.
Wind blowing to the back of the goalkeeper. Finley on the in-swinger. Castillo. Goal kick this time for Alex Riggs. I've really been impressed by the central midfield of Creighton. Gatsmanov is the attacking midfielder. Castillo is the holding midfielder, but they move a great deal out of those channels.
There's some good interchange of positions. Gatsmanov is the central cog in terms of playmaking, but to either side, he's got some very good playmakers in Seth Sinovic right here on the ball, and also Castillo coming up on the right-hand side. So they work the ball nicely. It's attractive soccer, but they've yet to really penetrate and really put a big save for Alex Riggs for Missouri State.
Missouri State winning it back in a difficult position.
Walters making a good one here.
Walters. Thought about a shot with the right foot. Now back for Castillo. Misread that. He'll run it down. Sergio Castillo. Conservatively all the way back to Dermer.
Castillo's fun to watch because he's always involved. He's a good, quick tackler defensively when he needs to be, but he also likes to have the ball. He likes to bring it forward and play make from the right back position, essentially.
Gatsmanov, you saw him go all the way to the far touchline, demanding the ball at his feet. Now Sinovic, the left back, you see him cutting forward to the near side. Castillo, great movement away from the ball by Creighton. It's got to be difficult to mark for Missouri State. Again, there's Sinovic, the left back to this near side. That ball over the touchline and a throw into Missouri State. Ty, let's talk about that movement.
Well, you love a team to have the freedom for players to interchange positions. It does confuse the opponent, and you want to give confidence to players to go into the part of the field where they think they can make the most impact. And you see Sinovic coming all the way over to the right side, even though he's the left back. You see Castillo venture right into the center of midfield. We've seen Andre Gatsmanov go just about wherever he pleases. I mean, he has the freest license to go wherever he wants to play make. But Missouri State, giving them some credit here. They're scrappy, they're gritty, they protect Alex Riggs, and they've had a couple of dangerous situations in front of Creighton's goal.
Boots a boob on. Dermer. Did well along the touchline, Dermer. Missouri State still in the attacking half. Barbero. 1v1 with Castillo. Barbero, difficult cross to the back post and finish! 1-0 Missouri State, they've struck.
Excellent cross by Barbero.
Offside flag up, they're disallowing this goal.
Take a look here. Barbero does a fantastic job. Look at this driven cross all the way over the top.
I beg your pardon, that was off target.
Yeah, did not make it into the net. But what a cross. Barbero, a freshman, really showing a lot of skill and pace down this left-hand side. He's a dangerous player here.
From distance, trying to catch the keeper out, nearly for Justin Alford.
So the header hitting outside side netting.
Inches away for John Leamy to see Missouri State go up 1-0.
And Brian Holt, the Creighton goalkeeper, not getting to that cross, largely due to the quality of the cross by Barbero. And also, you wonder, a freshman goalkeeper, does he really have complete command of that area out in front of his net?
So still 0-0 in the 22nd minute. Forward for Alford. Still Alford. Easy for Alex Riggs, rather for Brian Holt. Holt on the distribution. Sinovic. Walters. Couldn't control it. Throw it to Missouri State. They seem to have seized a little bit of momentum here midway through the first half.
Boy, that was a dangerous opportunity. I mean, from here, it looked like they had put it away.
Malusian. Losing out Gatsmanov. Time and space for Gatsmanov. On the return, Sinovic on the overlapping run, now breaking off his run. Walters. Nicely defended by Missouri State. Schuler switched to that far flank. DeMarzi. Great ball for Buckenheimer. David Buckenheimer. Buckenheimer!
Hey, you have to like Missouri State's ambition here. Buckenheimer cutting inside, taking on 3 players, and unleashing a shot. Here's Barbero. This fantastic cross. Riggs doesn't get to it. The ball headed just wide by Windmuller. Windmuller misses it probably by less than a foot. Can't believe he missed it.
You see the Missouri Valley Conference regular season standings. Missouri State, a winning record in conference, 3-1-1. That's why they're the #1 seed. Losing record overall, just 7 victories, but 2 of those coming in the conference tournament. Creighton, a brilliant year, winning the regular season championship, now trying to win the tournament championship. 13 victories, just 1 loss. That home to the University of Missouri, Kansas City. 2 draws for the Bluejays, ranked #2 in the nation. Schuler. Sinovic. Sinovic on the overlapping run. Gatsmanov. Sinovic. Crossing through the 18-yard box on a difficult ball. Tried to pick out Ethan Finley just above his head. Buckenheimer.
One thing about Finley, he'll make that run over and over again. Eventually it will connect. On that one, the pass overran Finley's run. Just a little bit overhit by Seth Sinovic.
Dermer lifting that forward. Gatsmanov. Andre Gatsmanov, Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. Cool as you like in the center of the midfield. Sinovic. Sinovic making the run forward from the left back position. Still Sinovic to the byline, and he's won a corner kick.
Yeah, they're dangerous anytime they're able to combine, especially Gatsmanov, Sinovic, Castillo. These guys are generally pulling the strings out of midfield for Creighton.
Chris Clark will take this corner kick. Can remember the wind at the back of goalkeeper Alex Riggs. These corner kicks can be difficult.
Be aware, Schuler!
Clark to the back post. Schuler made the run forward, but the ball across the byline. Riggs will have a goal kick.
Well, they finally at least tried to target Schuler, who makes the run up from the center back position each and every set piece. But he could not keep it in play. The ball curling out. The wind a factor there.
Stay tuned for the halftime report, brought to you by Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, where our love for kids keeps on growing.
What do I have?
Bob Warming making a substitution. Castillo out. Francensky coming into this match. Castillo started in the holding midfield, then switched to the right back position, now coming out, replaced by Sensky. Sensky just off the subs bench to take this throw in. Tried to pick out Thayer, could not do so. Sinovic. Dacey made the run through. Clark. Off the woodwork. Creighton still getting numbers forward. Missouri State definitely living dangerously now. Clark again forward. Play through and just off target. Great combination though, tied by Creighton.
Creighton a few new combinations. They've got a couple of fresh faces in there looking to maybe solve the puzzle in a different way. But here's the chance off the woodwork. No chance there for Riggs. He just watched it. And then another. Yeah, look at that. Riggs would have just watched it going to the net had it been about 5 inches closer in.
Walters finally with the last shot in that sequence.
Yeah. Goalkeeper's best friend. The goalpost.
Riggs off the goal kick. Zegon had a quick touch to it for Missouri State. They're still in the attacking half. Again, Zegon. Alford's making the run forward. Alford. DeMarzi. Zegon. Vicious ball down the line for Windmuller. Windmuller started on the near flank, now he's on the far flank. Missouri State trying to mix things up in their midfield.
Well, it was Windmuller's header that missed just by inches, so we've seen each team really come that close to opening up the scoring. Windmuller with that header at the back post, just inches wide, and then the woodwork hit here by Creighton just a minute ago.
Walters for Dacey. Dacey making the run into the penalty area. Walters just off of the byline. Crossing back post. And there's a goal. 1-0 Creighton, and they have struck. Ethan Finley puts the Blue Jays ahead.
Finley, a freshman, sneaky, making those runs at the back post that we mentioned before. Able to finish it off here. Walters does some really excellent work here, working the defender and bending this ball all the way over towards the back post. Finley there, off his leg and off the defender into the corner of the net. But that's just being in the right place at the right time. Give a lot of credit here to Walters. Look at the confidence on the dribble. A little change of direction and change of speed. And then he picks out the far post runners. Finley actually mishit it. He didn't expect it to come through the traffic out in front of him, but he got it going in the direction of the goal. Off the defender into the net.
Fifth of the season for the freshman Ethan Finley. Goal coming in the 28th minute, 1-0 to the Blue Jays. Now looking for a second. Shot on target by Dacey and well saved by Riggs.
Riggs doing well just to keep his footing in there. Dacey had some space and time there right in front of Riggs, though. You wonder if Missouri State a little bit rattled from giving up the goal to Finley just a moment ago. Finley won the header there, courageously.
Olsen over the touchline, throw into Missouri State.
Good tackle, sliding tackle by 22 Dermer. Or Creighton. Perfect field for sliding tackles, no question about that. Most of the players electing also to go with the screw-in cleats on the six cleated boots.
DeMarzi on the throw-in. Buckenheimer to the byline. Goal kick for Brian Holt. Our scoring summary is brought to you by Casey's General Stores, convenience stores, and a whole lot more. Finley in the 28th minute. That is the difference on the score sheet, as both head coaches now making changes here in the 30th minute.
And a well-earned assist by Tim Walters, who penetrated on the left side there to get the ball across to Finley.
Look at Nick O'Neill just into this match for Creighton. O'Neill has his first touch off his head. Barbero through the center circle. Forward by Walters. Thayer.
For the goal, Nick!
throw in, nearly a corner kick, but a throw in for Creighton, just on the other side of the corner flag.
Well, this gets tough for Missouri State when you think Creighton has only given up 7 goals the entire season in 15 games.
Seth Sinovic on the throw in. Got Smanov.
Again, if you liked Creighton's possession beforehand, once they get a lead, they really like to work the ball around, really make the opponent chase.
From Dermer.
That's the ball we needed right there, Trent.
Dangerous ball. Here's Thayer. Thayer making a deep run 3 yards off of the byline. Throw into Creighton. They lead 1-0 in the 31st minute.
Right away, drive that across.
Sensky will take this. Sensky. Got Smanov. Sensky on the return.
Love it, Trent.
Got
Well
Smanov.
done.
Easy, Trent, keep him out of there. Good.
Posier along the byline. Finally over the touchline and a throw into Creighton. Got Smanov. Cool as you like, tie 1v2 there.
No, he's masterful, really, in his ball control and his ability to shield the ball with his body.
The throw in from Sensky. Sensky trying to cross off the back of Butsa Buban. Again, a throw in for Creighton. Again, Sensky will take this. On the throw in for Nick O'Neill. Missouri State just alleviating the pressure.
I still think Missouri State shows enough life here. They could make a game of this. They're scrappers. They're not going to give up. But Creighton, when you think about it, right here on the ball, the conference defender of the year. Gatsmanov, the conference player of the year in the center of midfield for Creighton. You're just talking about, and Seth Sinovic, one of the top playmakers in the entire league. Walters is having a fine season. So Creighton just has a lot of weapons.
Two more changes. Stribel coming in as well as Body coming in for Missouri State. John Leamy really likes to have an active substitutes bench. On the throw-in, Jordan Barnes fouled. Barnes, one of the subs used so far by Missouri State in this first half. The Bears will have a restart. 2 yards off of the halfway line.
Yeah, Creighton with 4 players on the first team all-conference selection. Schuler, their sweeper. Sinovic, their left back. Gatsmanov, their playmaker in the center of the park. And Jeff Thayer, number 9, running up front. Missouri State, their goalkeeper, Alex Riggs, 6 shutouts this year. He's on the conference first team, as is number 8 for Missouri State, Justin Alford.
Ball whipped in by DeMarzi. Here's the answer, the counterattack by Creighton. Walters. Schuler.
They'll do their best to use every inch of the field here.
Dermer. Schuler's the 2 central defenders combined. Chris Clark. Walters. Sinovic. Schuler. Again, you see the possession by Creighton.
Well, can you see the reason that John Leamy of Missouri State's putting some substitutions into the game, some fresher legs to do the chasing?
Schuler going route 1. Well done on a difficult ball. O'Neill trying to run it down, could not. Here's Gatsmanov.
Good early ball.
That for Thayer, tried to play it off for O'Neill. And the idea definitely there. Now Jordan Barnes, 1v4 for Barnes. Really playing as a lone striker now for the Bears.
Well, Missouri State almost the entire match has played with a lone forward. Early on, it was Heath Malugan.
Ready?
Missouri State going back to the substitutes bench. Jordan Hoffman now into this match. Kenny Butsa Buban will take this throw in. 35th minute. You see the scoreline top of your screen. 1-0 Creighton leading Missouri State in this championship match of the Valley, presented by State Farm. Buckenheimer. Barnes making things difficult for Creighton near the byline, over the touchline. That is a throw-in from Missouri State. Good pressure here, latter stages of the first half for the Bears.
Well, Missouri State bringing up a few of their taller defenders. Nick Dryden coming forward here to be a target on this long throw.
DeMarcy will have this.
Dryden number 4 there with the captain's armband for Missouri State.
Johannes DeMarcy on the throw-in. Trying to use it almost like a corner kick on the deep throw-in. Sent away by Sinovic. O'Neal nearly went for the counterattack. Missouri State has to be careful. Thayer coming on strong and forcing that ball over the touchline. Throw into Creighton. They're getting numbers forward now in a hurry. Finley. Thayer. Butsabubon losing out. Jeff Thayer. 1v1 with Butsabubon, sending it over the touchline.
Well, Creighton pushing, pressing here. They'd love to get another one before the half, but for Missouri State, I think they wouldn't be displeased to go in at halftime down by only 1 goal and then get reorganized, come back out with some additional energy, and see if they could make a game of it.
Trensensky on the throw-in. O'Neal as the 2 first-half substitutes combine. That's over the byline. That's a goal kick. Today's Prairie Farms MVC Scholar Athlete of the Match is Creighton Seth Sinovic, a senior from Leawood, Kansas. Sinovic was a 2007 First Team MVC Scholar Athlete selection, a 2008 Academic All-District Choice. Sinovic has a 3.32 cumulative grade point average in economics, as well as 6 assists while serving as the Bluejays captain. The Prairie Farms family of dairies. Prairie Farms, Highland, and Roberts Dairies, serving dairy fresh food products throughout Mid-America.
Well, the Creighton captain, Sinovic, they started all 16 of Creighton's matches this year.
Creighton looking to double their advantage. Latter stages of the first half, they lead 1-0. Gatsmanov. Oh, that's a great ball played through as he passed up the shot. The idea definitely there. Walters lost his angle. Here's the counterattack by Missouri State, won by Schuler. Counterattack right back for the Blue Jays. Bit overly ambitious there on Schuler's service.
You know, just a moment ago, Gatsmanov a little too unselfish, I think, because he should have taken that shot.
Sensky will have this throw-in. 2 more changes made into this match. Miller in for Missouri State. Sindlinger in for Creighton. Gatsmanov.
Nice fakes.
Don't expect him to come out too much of this match. Gatsmanov.
Inside, Trent, inside!
What's fun about Gatsmanov, it seems effortless too when he blows past defenders. You don't see him digging or chugging or anything, he just kind of slips past him. Because the control is so tight, so close that he can just use his body and slip through.
Gatsmanov doing so well there to win Creighton the corner kick. The wind really starting to whip now. Ethan Finley will take this. No option short. He'll hit the right-footed outswinger. Creighton setting up on the back post. Punched away with 2 fists by Alex Riggs.
Well, Riggs wanting to make sure the wind plays tricks with the ball. The ball's wet. So another corner kick here. Or Finley, the goal scorer.
Again, Ethan Finley will take this. His goal in the 28th minute, the difference on the score sheet. 1-0 Creighton leads Missouri State. Finley on the outswinger to the near post. Good look at target that time, but just put above the crossbar. Sindlinger just off the substitutes bench and getting a good head on that, putting it just over the crossbar. When Metro Sports takes its television cameras on the road, it considers these hotel properties its home away from home. Please call these hotels or visit the websites of these properties when following your favorite team away from home. 39th minute of this championship match of the Valley, presented by State Farm. Creighton, number 1 seed, number 2 in the nation, leading the 3 seed Missouri State 1-0. Gatsmanov, Sindlinger, Dermer, now Schuler, Sinovic, Schuler, direct service for O'Neal. Wind knocking that ball down. Too strong for Chris Clark. Cut out by Gatsmanov. He is everywhere around the center of midfield. Near side, centrally, and far side.
Inside.
Crossing to the back post, over the head of O'Neal. Walters could not run it down on the back post. Missouri State going back to their substitutes bench. Chad Johnson, the sophomore, now entering this match. Stay tuned for the halftime report, brought to you by Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, where our love of kids keeps on growing. You'll see the goal. You'll see all of the first half highlights. You'll hear comments from both head coaches. Plus, you'll have Ty Keogh's first half analysis, all coming up at halftime, presented by Cardinal Glennon. We're in the 41st minute. Miller, that's over the touchline. Cam Miller will take this throw in. Back to his captain, Nick Dryden. Bit too strong for Kelly Body, the idea there.
Well, overall, Sean, more or less what we expected. A lot of possession by Creighton. Really a fun game to watch in terms of what Gatsmanov has done out of midfield, especially Gatsmanov, but also Sinovic and Castillo when he was still in the match. Missouri State, as we expected, battling, fighting, scrapping. They have a chance to win an NCAA tournament bid by winning this match, so they've got a lot to fight for.
That's the only way Missouri State is going to get into the NCAA tournament. They have 7 victories, 9 losses, 5 draws. The only way is the automatic way. Creighton, they're in regardless, but they obviously want to win this competition. It would be their 11th ever Missouri Valley Conference Championship. They last won this competition in 2006. Gatsmanov. Neatly done on the dispossession by Jordan Barnes. To a bit of danger is DeMarzi. Had to be careful. DeMar won that. Missouri State looking to counterattack. Hoffman. Hoffman on the overlapping run on the far flank.
Missouri State now working the ball nicely side to side.
DeMarzi. Losing out, Creighton coming right back.
DeMarzi needed to make a quicker decision there because by putting the extra touch on it, he allowed Creighton to drop back in there, dispossessing it.
Long direct service for Chad Johnson, a bit too strong. Schuler on a difficult ball. Had to be careful, and he was. Now Ethan Finley. Sindlinger. Back for Gatsmanov. Time and space through the center of the park.
Just a thought. I mean, if you're Missouri State, maybe you want to stick somebody closer to Gatsmanov and just make life a little more difficult. And right now, Gatsmanov looks like the conductor of an orchestra. He's got all the time in the world to just dictate everything out of midfield.
There is Gatsmanov. Finley making the run through. Finley down in the penalty arc. Play on from our referee. Rizal Milliken, the referee, doing an outstanding job in this first half. Really letting this match breathe.
But Missouri State allowing Gatsmanov too much space to breathe. That, to me, that's the biggest factor going on so far in this match. He's just totally dominating.
Sindlinger tried to play it through for O'Neal. In the 44th minute, 1-0 Creighton leading Missouri State.
Look at Gatsmanov now in the center of the park. There's no one within 20 yards of him.
O'Neal to the byline. For Sindlinger, Gatsmanov. Mishit that with the left boot.
Yeah, he wants that one back because he had time really to collect that ball and even try and place a shot past Alex Riggs, the top goalkeeper in the Missouri Valley Conference this year. First team all-conference. There's Gatsmanov. He just hurried the shot a little bit.
DeMarzi. Jordan Barnes winning that aerially. For Chad Johnson. Won by Schuler. Sinovic. In the 45th minute. Sinovic. Clark. Gatsmanov. Look at the space in front of Gatsmanov. Oh, that's a great ball for Finley. Slips.
footing not the greatest. I think Finley just a little bit fatigued here in the closing seconds of the first half.
Creighton, if they hurry, time for one more chance. They don't seem in that big of a hurry. Sensky setting up the long throw in. Gatsmanov seems appropriate. He has the final touch of the first half. And Creighton, after the opening 45 minutes, leading 1-0 tie.
And there's your man right there, Gatsmanov, really, and the goal scorer, Finley. Good hustle down the right side by the freshman getting the goal, but Gatsmanov really dictating the entire match out of the center of midfield, given so much time and space by Missouri State that he's been able to really keep Creighton in total control.
6th of the season for Finley, 2nd of this competition. He scored on Friday night in the semifinals, has the lone goal in this final. Coming in the 28th minute, Creighton leading Missouri State 1-0. Missouri State, I think in some ways, Ty, won't feel horrible about this scoreline the opening 45 minutes, but clearly they need to take some chances if they're going to pull a goal back.
No, they're definitely in this game. Soccer is a great sport in that regard. It's a sport really built for upsets, and Missouri State, despite being dominated largely in terms of possession and chances, they're just one slip up by Creighton away from being right back in this, perhaps sending it to overtime or even penalties. Look at Ethan Finley, the goal scorer, the freshman. He got cracked a few times. It's a sign of respect, I think.
We're joined now live on the field by the head coach of Creighton, Bob Warming. Coach, first, if you can talk about that goal coming by Finley in the 28th minute.
I thought it was a pretty good build-up by the team. We've had a few good ones. We had a few good ones when we played them before. We just haven't been very dynamic in the final third on getting the end of the balls and got a little lucky there, I think.
We saw Chris Schuler slip a couple times early on. A little bit of concern by you, how your team would adapt to the field conditions.
Well, it is what it is, isn't it? But I think, we don't want to try to play too direct if we don't have to and just knock balls out of the back. It's not our style of play. And sometimes you take a risk when you do that, but we're willing to take the risk because we want to take the initiative and play and not just sit back and clear long balls.
What do you emphasize for the second half to come out and make sure that you come out as conference champions?
Well, the defense has been good all year. I thought they got a great chance at the back post. Seth didn't get his body on the guy at the back post there. I think we got to be careful of that. We can't give up any fouls, Ty. I think, they're dangerous on free kicks. They've got some good players in the air. And just keep the ball in front of us and not foul in those situations and keep playing like we're playing.
Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That is Creighton Blue Jays head coach Bob Warming joining us live on the field here at the start of halftime. Our chat with the coaches is brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. Stay with us, everyone. When we return, it's the Cardinal Glennon halftime report, stats, highlights, analysis, and you will see the goal. At halftime, Creighton, number 1 seed in the Valley, number 2 in the nation, lead Missouri State 1-0. The difference on the score sheet, Ethan Finley, 6th of the season in the 28th minute. You're watching the Missouri Valley Conference.
Hey man, what kind of light beer do you want?
Whatever, they all taste the same.
Hold on. They all taste the same. Does bath water taste the same as spring water? Does a carrot stick taste the same as a stick? Stick. Does ground beef taste the same as beef on the ground? Bottom line, there is a difference. And Bud Light has it. It's called drinkability. That just right taste. Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Some of the most important decisions you make happen every day without much thought, and they can impact the rest of your life. Good decisions affecting your health can also happen outside of your doctor's office. They're made when you decide to work out or not, when you choose what to eat. We believe the more you know, the better choices you can make. Mercy Health Plans is here to help you with access, information, and guidance so you can make the best choices for your health. Mercy Health Plans. The way we care makes all the difference.
Today's MVC Flashback, a presentation of Coventry GHP, features Bradley's 2007 State Farm MVC Tournament Crown Run. The top-seeded Braves shut out Eastern Illinois 2-0 to meet Creighton in the championship match. Senior Stephen Brust blasted home a goal in the 89th minute to give Bradley its first State Farm MVC tournament title. Coventry GHP, because your employees deserve a better health plan. Gatorade presents today's MVC legend, Creighton's Johnny Torres. A two-time National Player of the Year selection, Torres led Creighton to the 1996 NCAA Men's Soccer Collegiate Cup semifinals. He ended his career in 1997 as the Valley's all-time scoring leader with 128 points. Gatorade, is it in you? Welcome back to the Cardinal Glennon Halftime Report, presented by Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, where our love of kids keeps on growing. Alongside Ty Keogh, I'm Sean Wheelock at halftime. 1-0, Creighton leads Missouri State here at Black Beauty Field in Evansville, Indiana. Ty, are you surprised at this scoreline? We knew that Creighton were the heavy favorites. Missouri State, very well organized. When these two sides met last month, it was a 0-0 draw at Creighton.
Well, I'm not surprised whatsoever with the scoreline, but what I do think it sets up is a very entertaining second half, because Missouri State has to come out. They really have to put more numbers forward to try and even the score, get themselves a chance to get into the NCAA tournament. So what that means is now Creighton might have an even more space to counter, to break down the Missouri State defense and even create more goals. So we're going to see more attacking at both ends, which I think is fantastic.
Ty, in your estimation, is there a way back for Missouri State if Creighton goes up 2-0?
Probably not. You got to give them credit for being a never-say-die type of team. Some guys that really sacrifice, especially at the back there. But down by 2 against Creighton, which is such a good possession team. You know, Creighton, when they have a lead, they make you chase, they eat up the clock. It would be tough if Missouri State went down by 2.
Creighton at the halftime leads Missouri State 1-0. We're back with more. You'll see the goal on the Cardinal Glennon Halftime Report.
So, Dad, can I borrow the car?
Where are you going?
Just to the movies.
Who's going?
Kathy and Dylan.
Dylan?
Yes, Dad, Dylan.
Thanks, Dad. She's growing up, whether you like it or not. That's why State Farm created the Steer Clear program. Teens learn safe driving, you get lower rates. When you're there, State Farm is there.
Where are you going?
Work.
It might just take a little something different, a break from the norm, ordinary clock ticking the same time, same old with the flick of a switch, a new light, new mood, new tone, new pitch, voila, pleasureful indeed, oh yeah, satisfy my need, alright, how I long to be, my soul on fire, my spirit free, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa.
Casey's, it's all good. Casey's, it's all right.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large made-from-scratch specialty pizza for only $13.99.
Made fresh for your order. Meat and cheese piled high for you. Casey's General Store. Casey's, it's all good.
The legend was born in 1965 in the storied swamp of Florida, where the scorching heat took a brutal toll on the Gators.
The players weren't adequately hydrated and their performance suffered.
The answer, a new carbohydrate electrolyte beverage created by University of Florida doctors.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
And when they won the '67 Orange Bowl, Gatorade had arrived. Born of humble origins, proven to this day. The legend continues.
Where can you get the best milk? From Tom, from Russ, from Laura and Maggie.
It comes from all of us.
We're Prairie Farms, and we don't just work for the dairy, we are the dairy, making sure the milk in your child's school, in your stores, and on your table is fresh and healthy, handled with the kind of care that your family deserves.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Ask for us, the farmer-owned dairy.
I know this drill. I rack up a big charge on my credit card. I get a tote bag.
Well, actually, with our points program, you can get gift cards, flat screen TVs, even plane tickets.
How do you get enough points for that?
Oh, all kinds of ways. By using your debit card, your credit cards, checking account.
I don't believe you.
What?
You're messing with me, right?
Oh, I'm not messing with you.
Can I still get the tote bag?
Absolutely.
It's not just banking. It's National City.
Hammer and UE brings you today's MVC famous alumni, Bradley's Brian Namath. A star midfielder for the Braves, Namath earned all MVC honors 3 times. Now in his 8th season with DC United of Major League Soccer, he was a member of the U.S. men's national team in 2007, playing in America's 3-1 win over Denmark. Hammer and UE brings you Power On, a $1 billion plan of action to increase reliability across Missouri. The Cardinal Glennon Halftime Report continues live from Black Beauty Field on the campus of the University of Evansville. This is the 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Championship Final. At halftime, you see the scoreline 1-0. Creighton leads Missouri State. We take you to first half highlights.
Well, about halfway through the first half, it looked like Missouri State was going to take a lead. Instead, that ball just inches wide as Windmiller couldn't put it on target. Then here a chance here, just taken from outside here, a dipper off the woodwork. Riggs would have had no chance for that. And finally, Creighton, their possession really paying off. Tim Walters here, good patience, good dribbling ability, confidence, bends the ball to the back post. Ethan Thayer is there. Ethan Finley is there to just knock it in off the defender, and that's the only goal of the match so far.
A look at our first half stats, a production of National City. It's not just banking, it's more rewards.
You see dominance in general on the corner kicks, especially the Creighton Bluejays forcing a lot of play into Missouri State's end, so they dominate on the scoreline as well as in the stats.
That concludes our halftime report presented by Cardinal Glennon Medical Center, where our love of kids keeps on growing. Stay with us, everyone, when we return the second half kickoff. 1-0, Creighton leads Missouri State.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you covered for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
The distinctive taste of Bud Light can be described with just one word: drinkability. Bud Light. The difference
is drinkability.
Connecting Missouri with 27,000 miles of power lines means each and every mile must be reliable. Because when the skies turn dark, every mile must show its strength. We're Ameren UE, working every day, improving our delivery system. UE, ratcheting up our routine so you can enjoy undisturbed comfort in yours. Learn how we're improving reliability at uepoweron.com.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you nonstop red-hot collegiate sports. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
The not too heavy, not too light taste of the one beer that's always easy drinking. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Moments away from the second half kickoff, but first we send it to the field. We're joined now by the head coach of Missouri State, John Leamy.
John, you guys are still in it. What do you need to do differently?
You know, Ty, I don't think we put our best half together, and I think we can play some better soccer. I give Creighton a lot of credit. They spread the field. They put some pressure on us. But I think if we can get a hold of the ball, get up, and some numbers as we did a couple of times, I think we can prove to be dangerous.
Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, thanks, Sean.
That's John Leamy, head coach of Missouri State. His side trails 1-0 as we start the second half. Our chat with the coaches is brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. Rizal Milliken, our referee, who's doing an outstanding job today, blows his whistle. Second half is underway, 46th minute. Creighton, #1 seed the Valley, #2 in the country. They're in the white and blue kits, attacking from the right to the left in the second half. They lead 1-0. Missouri State, they're in the maroon strips. They're the number 3 seed. Their only way into the NCAA tournament is to win this match and gain the automatic bid from the Valley. They're attacking from the left to the right. Missouri State will have to take some chances in the second half, even if that means being exposed on the counterattack. Alongside Ty Keogh, our producer Kayla Manning, our director Corey Smith, and our entire crew, I'm Sean Wheelock. Glad you're with us for the 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Championship Final. You just saw Bob Warming, the head coach of Creighton.
Missouri State are dangerous on these long throws. They go short this time.
DeMarzi, dangerous ball just over the crossbar.
Well, some confusion at the back there for Creighton. Slow off of his line, Brian Holt, and Dermer, the defender out in front, nearly puts it into his own net. And a little deception here in the first half. All of those were long throws by Missouri State. And here, coming late, Brian Holt coming late off of his line. Dermer almost deflecting it into his own net.
Johannes DeMarzi on the outswinger. Shot never got through. Nervous moments for Creighton. Missouri State trying to pull level. That shot not getting through.
Hey, if you're Missouri State, you have nothing to lose. You got everything to play for here.
DeMarzi again. The edge of the 18-yard box. That intended for Vanier. Now Body. Boots of Boubon will try to run this down, cannot do it. Now the Blue Jays counterattack.
Here's what I said at halftime, how this game will open up now because Missouri State has to get numbers forward.
Sindlinger assessing his options. Dermer. Finley. His goal, 28th minute, the difference on the score sheet of this match.
Here's Gatsmanov like he was the whole first half, all alone in the center of the park.
If you've joined us late, Gatsmanov, Player of the Year in the Missouri Valley Conference, had a fantastic first half for this side.
He's been totally dominant.
All the way back for the Missouri State goalkeeper, Alex Riggs. Missouri State making their 4th ever appearance in the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament Final. They won this competition in 1999. Riggs. Creighton trying to win this competition for the 11th time. Regardless of the outcome, they will go into the NCAA tournament for the 17th consecutive year. That's phenomenal, Ty.
Strong program. A lot of discipline in this team. We talked to Bob Warming yesterday. He talked about this group, he considers his team to be a young team, but their expectations of themselves and how he doesn't have to do much motivating. They go out and do their jobs. He says it's all about job description. Each guy wants to step on the field for Creighton, make sure he does his particular role, his job, and meets the job description.
Gatsmanov from Sinovic.
A little tighter attention there on Gatsmanov.
Dermer lifting that forward. Finley.
Slick heel pass.
Chris Clark. Clark playing it through. Very alert was Alex Riggs. He had to be as Finley was coming on strong.
Alex Riggs is a classy goalkeeper. You can see it in his demeanor. He's ready to take charge, dominate, well off his line, cleanly slides out, protects himself, comes up with that loose ball, and you have to give credit to Finley. Finley's slippery, he's quick. He almost got his foot on that ball.
Here is Finley. Kelly Body. Vania. Now Dirk. Very deep bench for Missouri State.
Right away, though, you see Missouri State trying to keep at least 3-4 players up in the attack, whereas throughout the first half, essentially, it was usually just one player up in the attack. Early on, it was Heath Malugan, their best offensive threat, their top attacker statistically.
Schuler from Gatsmanov. Schuler, direct service for Sindlinger. The idea was there, 6 yards too strong. Easy for Alex Riggs. Quickly off the distribution. Dirk. Cam Miller. Now Hennessy from Missouri State. One by Sinovic, one right back by Missouri State. Now Schuler in central defense for the Blue Jays. Got Smonoff. Tim Walters. Things opening up for the Blue Jays as they get numbers forward. Sinovic. Off of Schuler.
The defensive slide there just a moment ago for Missouri State, their captain, doing the job. Nick Dryden. Nick Dryden must have blocked 5 shots alone in the semifinal Friday night to make life easier for Alex Riggs.
Sensky. Finley. It was nicely defended by the captain of Missouri State, Nick Dryden. Boots a boob on along the touchline. And Missouri State is going to make 6 substitutions, something you do not see often at the collegiate level.
Especially only 7 minutes into the half.
Today's Dayton MVC history is brought to you by the Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel. November 16th, 1997, playing at Coke Fields in Evansville. Creighton scored twice in each half as tournament MVP Johnny Torres led the Blue Jays to a 4-1 win over Missouri State. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center. You don't just stay here, you belong. Johnny Torres had a great run in Major League Soccer with 3 clubs, most notably the New England Revolution, now an assistant coach for Bob Warming at his former school. Here's a Missouri State counterattack. Buckenheimer. Nice idea for Alford. Alford to the byline. And the ball crossed the byline. That's a goal kick. Fans cheering. The whistle had blown 5 seconds before.
The ball was out. When you see the substitution there, the mass substitution by John Leamy, it occurs to you just one thing. He knows he has to keep the energy level high. He needs guys out there that can chase and really force some mistakes out of Creighton when Creighton tries to establish their possession game. So he's trying to keep those guys out there that can keep scrapping.
Nick O'Neal had a chance at a shot, now crossing for Sindlinger.
Sindlinger really disappointed in himself. He knows that was there for the taking. And he just misdirected it. Got Smonoff again. Getting the ball wide, Finley. Into Sindlinger. Sindlinger gets up well, goes to turn it, but it glances off of his head. Didn't really get the full square header on it. And he knows that's the one a forward at this level is expected to put away. Or either that or it's a huge save for Alex Riggs. You got to put it on target.
Riggs on the goal kick. Sindlinger, the man who just had that chance. Here's Tim Walters. Gatsmanov, that's always a smart idea to play to Gatsmanov.
How about Gatsmanov's first touch there? Immediately into the space, putting pressure on the defender.
Sindlinger to the back post. Very well defended by Cam Miller.
Yeah, Gatsmanov's awareness is amazing. It's one to have the touch, the other is to know where to put that touch so that not only is it in a shielded position, he's got his body in there, but he's already got the defender on his heels backing up with just that one touch.
Finley will take this corner kick. No option short. He will hit the right-footed outswinger. The wind is into the face of goalkeeper Alex Riggs. On the outswinger. Sindlinger tried to line up a shot, could not get a look at it. Away by Hennessy.
Good decision by Sensky there to get it back wide again.
Finley. Finley to the byline. Crossing, punched away. Sindlinger couldn't get the shot through, then following is Sinovic.
Hey, this is good stuff. Again, we're seeing Finley, how slippery he is getting down in the corner there on the right-hand side. He curls the ball out. And Riggs twice coming up. Look at Finley, keep his balance, bend that ball. Riggs gets a fist to it. Now watch him scramble back into position to make a huge save. That's big-time goalkeeping. He gets a fist to the first one, which was a cross bending away from him. Then he scrambles to protect his goal, get in proper position, and makes the second save.
Riggs again on the goal kick. Time Missouri State wants to be more aggressive. It's Creighton getting the possession, getting the chances to start the second half.
Well, Missouri State has to take more risks. They have to push more players forward. They can't be as solid with numbers at the back. Gives Creighton the chance to work with more space up front.
Malusian making the run forward. Buckenheimer. Zegon. Difficult ball for Barbero.
And it's not good enough quality on the pass from DeMarzi. You will see generally good quality on Creighton's passes, particularly out of Sinovic, Gatsmanov.
Tim Walters from Sindlinger.
The goal came from here, from Walters' cross in the first half.
Sinovic. Thinking about a shot, Sinovic.
Well, Sinovic likes his left foot, but he didn't hesitate with his right there, did he?
Walters. 1v1, now Walters!
Knuckleball. And you know what? Riggs would like to claim a save, except he doesn't want it to be a corner kick. I think Riggs touched this ball. Walters cuts inside this time. Look at this ball knuckle, and I think Riggs gets a fingernail to it. Right there. But he's not going to argue with the call. He may want credit for the save, but he doesn't want to argue with the call.
Very good eyes, Ty. Riggs on the goal kick.
But
in his heart, he knows he saved it.
Well, that's some range, though, when you think about it. I mean, he's a big keeper. He covers a lot of that area.
Barbero. Sensky will take this throw in for Creighton. Sensky.
Again, Gatsmanov effortlessly spreads the field.
Great idea for Walters.
Went out.
And again, Riggs will have the goal kick.
But if you're a player like Walters out here on the left side, you have to love having a player like Gatsmanov, who when you make the run, he's looking for you, and he can deliver it. Here's Andre Gatsmanov, the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, and he's really strutting it today. He's showing why he was a unanimous pick, essentially, for the top player in the league.
Look for him in Major League Soccer next season. I think he will be a high draft choice in the 2009 MLS Super Draft. Windmuller. Find no joy there. Riggs again will have the goal kick. Windmuller scoring Missouri State's lone goal. They went on penalties in the semifinals on Friday night. Really now dropping back to more of a defensive position. Over the head of Schuler.
Well, Missouri State playing against the wind a little bit here too, which may make it tougher for them to mount the comeback here.
Schuler on the restart. That for Finley. Nicely defended by Cam Miller. Miller's been very active since coming in off the substitutes bench. Was not in the starting 11. Again, Missouri State, a heavy rotation. They go very, very deep. Sensky on the throw-in. O'Neal tried to get a boot to it. Still O'Neal. Finally lost out and away by Nick Dryden, the captain of the Bears.
Yeah, Dryden sits in there and holds it together well.
Dryden quietly having a very nice match. Sinovic. Blue Jays will have this throw in. Now to the 61st minute. You see the scoreline top of your screen. 1-0, Creighton leading Missouri State in this championship match of the Valley, presented by State Farm. That shot never getting through. Good look by Sindlinger. Sindlinger has done some good things here in the second half. He wasn't in the starting 11 for Bob Warming.
There was another block there by, this time a midfielder from Missouri State, Will Zegon.
From the throw in by DeMarzi. Justin Alford. It's a very nice ball in the space. Buckenheimer. Missouri State committing numbers forward. Buckenheimer for Alford. And away by Brian Holt. One of his rare touches here in the second half. And an errant touch as he sent it straight over the touchline, thrown to Missouri State. Cam Miller. Tried and couldn't win it. Sindlinger did. Johannes DeMarzi. Direct service by DeMarzi, too strong. The idea there for Justin Alford.
Ethan Finley, what a freshman year. Coming in to this tournament, 3 game-winning goals. He scores a goal in the semifinal on Friday night. A brilliant header that we had a nice close look at from our warm tent. And today, with the lone goal of the match so far for a freshman, that's a heck of an accomplishment. Could be his 4th game-winning goal of the season if Creighton holds on here with a shutout.
It is his 6th of the season. It came in the 28th minute. That is the difference on the score sheet. 1-0 in favor of the Creighton Bluejays, leading the Missouri State Bears.
Finley just won a head ball against a guy's about 4 inches taller than him there.
One by Schuler, so solid in central defense for Creighton. Here's the Bluejays counterattack. Chris Clark. That's a really nice ball for Ethan Finley. Finley.
Oh, good pass.
Shot blocked off the back of the legs of Nick Dryden. Good looking target by Chris Clark, could not put it through.
Well, no wonder Alex Riggs, the goalkeeper for Missouri State, has such good stats. He's got all the defenders blocking everything for him.
Today's trivia question is brought to you by the Hilton at the Ballpark for your next trip to St. Louis. Stay in the center of it all at the Hilton at the Ballpark, located next to Busch Stadium. Our question, in what year did Missouri State last advance to the finals of the State Farm MVC tournament title match? Sindlinger. Walters making the run down the line. There is Tim Walters. Gatsmanov.
Spoonage.
For Sindlinger.
Bob Warming and Creighton, I think, frustrated. Not so much that Sindlinger didn't score that, but again, missed the target. Not putting it on frame on the header a few minutes ago, and this one here as well. You got to at least put the ball on target. Force the goalkeeper to make a save. Gatsmanov wisely looks up, pulls that ball back nicely, and really Sindlinger, all he's got to do is keep that ball down, and he has a pretty good chance of beating Riggs, because Riggs is kind of screened out in front by one of his defenders there.
What a great service, though.
It's Ryan Hennessy, the defender in front of Riggs. I don't believe Riggs would have seen that at all had Sindlinger been able to tuck it to that far post.
Just the run away from the ball into the penalty area by Gatsmanov was spectacular. You see why he's going to be playing at the professional level somewhere next year.
And again, his awareness that Sindlinger was trailing the play, and the pullback from near the end line is always a deadly pass.
Ethan Finley. Again, you see Creighton getting numbers forward. O'Neal. Neatly cut out by DeMarzi. He's having a nice match at right back. Malusian. Again, Johannes DeMarzi. Off the head of Alford.
Alford, a first-team all-conference pick from Missouri State.
Walters.
They pushed him up as the lone forward now in this current setup.
And you see the possession by Creighton. Chris Clark. That's really their hallmark this year.
Well, it's so crisp, and everybody wants the ball. You can hear the shouting. Everyone is very confident that they could do the right thing with it.
Clark.
So the quality of passing by Creighton, as you might expect, a little bit different level than for Missouri State.
Finley lifting that in for Sindlinger. Spilled by the goalkeeper. Sindlinger saved by the goalkeeper. Well done by Riggs, keeping his cool.
Well, Riggs keeping his team in the game here. Still a one-goal match.
Schuler all the way back to his goalkeeper. Alford, the lone man up front for Missouri State, gives chase. Holt well out of his 18-yard box to send that forward. Dryden back to his goalkeeper. Riggs spilled it and then recovered well. That's what you have to do as a goalkeeper at any level.
Well, there was some contact in there. Riggs may have been bumped or fouled in there, but he didn't lay there waiting for the call. He got back up, scrambled, and made the next save.
Good action in this match. Just one goal separates these two sides. Creighton has that goal. Finley in the 28th minute. Sindlinger giving chase. DeMarzi. That from Illusion. Barbero. Missouri State looking a little more dangerous. Shot well off target by Alford.
It's worth a try. You have to test the keeper. You have to hope for a deflection or anything from that distance.
Brandon Dirk, Jordan Hoffman back into this match for Missouri State as John Leamy goes back to his substitutes bench. Brian Holt will take this goal kick for Creighton. Holt has not had a lot to do in the second half. Holt. Green again in the attacking half. Cam Miller smartly seeing that ball over the touchline. Nice skillful move there, letting that ball drift by the freshman. Now Miller on the return. Missouri State trying to get something going with the counterattack. That's Dirk just in off the subs bench. DeMarzi. Won by Schuler. Gatsmanov letting that ball roll. Nicely done on the dummy by Gatsmanov for Walters. Sinovic, too high for Sindlinger. All the way back for Alex Riggs. Ty, at what point in this match, we're in the 67th minute, does that man have to say, John Leamy, we need to just take chances, get numbers forward, and not worry about giving up a second goal? We have to score a first goal.
Not yet. Not yet, because you don't want to open yourself up. As we talked about at halftime, a second goal by Creighton would pretty much ice this thing. So you have to start taking a few more chances, a little bit more risk-taking, but there's still plenty of time to get that one goal, because that would put it into the sudden victory, golden goal situation.
Certainly plenty of time. We're just in the 69th minute. Sinovic. Senior defenders had an outstanding match. So is that man, the senior attacking midfielder, Andrei Gatsmanov.
Well, if there's one thing, if I was John Leamy, I might do is put somebody right on Gatsmanov, because as it gets later and later in this half, Creighton is going to try to even establish more and more possession. And he's really the key to their possession out of midfield. And there's some other good playmakers, but if you can cut off the possession that Gatsmanov has been able to establish in this game, you might disrupt Creighton's rhythm a bit more and create some chances for yourself.
Sindlinger went for the back heel over the touchline. Missouri State again making a change. Jordan Barnes back into this match, replacing Kyle Windmuller.
I'd put my meanest, ugliest player who had just eaten a lot of onions for lunch right on Gatsmanov and make life a little more difficult for him.
Gatsmanov has definitely found space in this match tie. Jordan Hoffman. Dirk. DeMarzi pushing forward from the right back position. Away by Schuler, edge of his own 18-yard box. Sindlinger leading this counterattack, just 2v4 for Creighton. Sindlinger looking for a right-footed shot. DeMarzi did well to break up any opportunity there.
Chance for a Missouri State counter here.
Jordan Barnes. 1v2 for Barnes.
Creighton right away with 6 players back.
Dirk. Barnes on the return. Difficult to find space for Missouri State. 35 yards inside of the Creighton goal line. Easily cut out by Holt on that cross. Barnes sending it in, but nobody making the run.
My point exactly. Holt doing a nice job to cut off the cross, but there was no one making the near post run. As Barnes looks up, he's got no target making that run to the post.
So earlier we asked our question, what year did Missouri State last reach this championship match presented by State Farm? The answer, in 1999, that was their lone MVC tournament championship in men's soccer. They defeated Bradley 2-1. Our trivia question presented by Hilton at the Ballpark in St. Louis.
John Leamy from Missouri State, a 3-time Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year. Of course, the Creighton staff, coaching staff, the coaching staff of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference this year.
Got Smonoff. 2-0 is probably game, set, match for Creighton. I think Bob Warming realizes that. I think John Leamy realizes that. Dirk. And that's the conundrum right now, Ty. Missouri State has to take chances to pull a goal back, but at 2-0, they probably would think that this match is about done. Finley. Sindlinger. Still Tucker Sindlinger. Now got Smonoff. Look at the time and space. Sinovic has moved in centrally from the left back position. Sinovic. Walters. Still Walters. O'Neal. Suspicion of a handball, and indeed there's the handball. Nice decision by referee Rizal Milliken.
Well, there's still a lot of drama built into this match because it does hang on just the one goal by Finley in the first half. And despite Creighton's dominance in terms of possession and chances and so forth, all it takes is one mistake by Creighton, a slip, or one brilliant individual move by a Missouri State player, and you've changed the match completely.
Jeff Thayer, who started up top for Creighton, is set to come back into this match. Thomas Vania is also going to come back in from Missouri State. Sinovic for Sindlinger. Nicely done off the head by Nick Dryden. And these two changes will be made. There you see Thayer. And Vania on as well for the Bears.
Well, the Missouri State goalkeeper, Alex Riggs, now having to deal not only with a little bit of wind in Creighton's favor, but now a lower sun angle when these balls come in from this left side by Creighton.
Walters. Too high for Sinovic. Goal kick for Alex Riggs. Bob Warming is going to make another change. Sergio Castillo started holding midfield, then moved to the right back position, now comes back on into this match. Holt. Marzi has to be careful, and he is. Nicely done straight off of Thayer to win the throw-in. Johannes DeMarzi. That for Hoffman.
Castillo winning the header, though. Good look at Walters, who set up the goal for Finley. Number 6, Tim Walters. His father, a professional player.
DeMarzi again on the throw-in. Castillo just in off the substitutes bench to win that. Is forward for Thayer, just in off the substitutes bench. O'Neal on a supportive run and right back to Riggs. Riggs quickly on the distribution. No time to waste for Missouri State. Miller plays it back centrally. Off the head of Castillo. Bootsabubon running through. Beautiful ball played through. Bootsabubon and a brilliant save. Alford could not finish.
Huge save by the freshman Holt. Got off his line, really cut the angle. And Alford, a senior, just didn't have much to shoot at because Holt was so quick off of his line. That was that chance they've been waiting for the whole game.
Bootsabubon.
Bootsabubon, nice pass also to put Alford through. But really great anticipation by the freshman goalkeeper, Brian Holt.
This match really opening up now. Gatsmanov, Sinovic, Gatsmanov on the return in the center circle. Dermer.
Gatsmanov continues to put on his clinic. Possession at midfield. Possession, distribution, change the point of the attack, and repeat.
In the 76th minute, Creighton leading 1-0 over Missouri State. Finley. Castillo.
Castillo loves to get involved, get forward into the midfield.
Thayer. Finley. That's a goal kick. If you've joined us late, this is our situation. Missouri State entering with 7 victories, 9 losses, 5 draws, which essentially means the only way they will get to the NCAA tournament is to win this match.
Here's Bucevan with a nice pass to put Alford in the clear. Alford looks up to see if he's got a decent angle, and Holt gets off his line so quickly, anticipates so well, and cuts that angle, makes the biggest save of the match. And Creighton continues to have now a shutout going against Missouri State.
Creighton, an outstanding record, 13 victories, just 1 loss, 2 draws on the season. They're ranked number 2 in the country, number 1 seed in this competition. The regular season Valley Soccer champions. They're in the NCAA tournament, but they want to win this match, of course, to raise this trophy for the 11th time. It will also improve their seeding. They have big plans. They think that they can win a national championship, Ty.
They are strong up the middle. There's no question about that. The freshman goalkeeper proved that he's not so bad on that last save on Alford. And then you've got the conference defensive player, number 4, Chris Schuler, as the center back for Creighton. Sinovic, an excellent playmaker from the left side, number 12. Gatsmanov, the player of the year in the conference.
Barnes sent that forward, foul away from the ball as Alford was fouled. So a free kick from Missouri State. Ty, they really have to take care on their set pieces now, don't they?
It is a chance for Missouri State right now to really bring up their tallest players and take their chances.
DeMarzi will hit this, the wind in his face. Missouri State setting up on the back post. Johannes DeMarzi. Through the 6-yard box. Vania made the run forward, could not get a foot to that ball through the 6-yard box.
That was a well-designed, although you have to wonder, was he offside? But the flag did not go up. He really should have made better contact with the ball. I think he may have been offside, and that was the claim, the cry from the Creighton bench, although the Creighton bench is not positioned well to make that judgment.
Holt, slightly mishitting that. Gatsmanov. Forward for Thayer. Bucevan. Dirk. Dirk once more. Cam Miller. Bucevan. Sensky now. Creighton right back into the attacking half. Too strong easily, back for Alex Riggs.
This is how close this was to being a 1-1 game. Not offside was Missouri State on this free kick play, and in the clear, and a chance to tie it. And so the calls from the Creighton bench were wrong. That was not an offside play, and it easily could have been a 1-1 match there.
Thomas Vania timed that run beautifully, just could not get a boot to it.
Yeah.
Missouri State, now they're starting to take some chances. You see, getting numbers further forward. Dirk.
You think Vania'd like to have that one back again? Oh my God. Maybe he thought he was offside too.
Walters. His communication there, simply overhit it above the head of O'Neal.
Well, going back to a question you posed to me earlier, Sean, now you're under 10 minutes left. You have to maybe push an extra player right up front. You might even have to take one of your center backs and use them as a target player and start sending some long balls if you're Missouri State.
We're in the 81st minute. This really a master class on how to win a match through possession, Ty. O'Neal, Castillo. Puts a boob on, made the run through to win that. O'Neal winning it right back for Creighton there in the attacking half. Finley looking for a second of the match. Certainly a Creighton goal now would end all suspense. Miller losing out to Thayer. Thayer!
Well, we talk so much about Gatsmanov, so much about Sinovic, but guys like Finley on the right-hand side, he's had a fine season. 3 game-winning goals this season. Also, Tim Walters out on the left side here, 3 game-winning goals this season.
Barbero back in for Missouri State. Chris Clark back in for Creighton. Whistle by referee Rizal Milliken. I certainly won't give false compliments to the referees, and the crew that I've seen today, I saw on Friday night and last weekend at the Women's Championship presented by State Farm, I think have been outstanding. A-level officiating here in the Valley.
Well, you can tell the players are busy about playing their match. They're not busy dealing with the officials. The officials have let them play enough. Good shoving match going on at the top of the 18.
Barbero. Punched away by the goalkeeper. Holt living dangerously there.
Very adventurous by Brian Holt.
This may be our first booking of the match. And there is the yellow card. So the first booking of this match comes in the 82nd minute. Jordan Hoffman shown the yellow card. Fouling Ethan Finley away from the ball.
Yeah, just some frustration now in this match. Yeah, lower left-hand corner. The big shove from Hoffman. You know, Finley's been a pest the whole game. I think he just felt like he had to do that. There's Finley, the goal scorer. And continues to be dangerous on almost every time he possesses the ball out wide on that right side.
Castillo. Gatsmanov is fouled and a free kick to Creighton. Remember, the wind will be at their back on this set piece, right into the face of Alex Riggs. Which means that Creighton might think about having a crack at target from this distance.
Yeah. Finally, you see Missouri State's frustration with Gatsmanov. They had to foul him there.
This will be Andre Gatsmanov.
Walters had a goal from this similar situation in the semifinal off a cross from Gatsmanov.
Gatsmanov. Schuler had made the run all the way through. Service, not a shot from Gatsmanov. That's a goal kick for Alex Riggs.
But that ball laid in so nicely by Gatsmanov to give a really nice chance for Schuler. But again, credit Missouri State's defenders. They're all over the white shirts out in front of Alex Riggs.
Kyle Windmuller, David Buckenheimer back into this match for the Bears.
The match for Missouri State, number 13, David Buckenheimer, and number 20, Kyle Windmuller.
Sinovic. Loses that over the touchline. Missouri State cannot waste time now. Windmuller quickly on the throw-in. That's over the touchline. Creighton does not have to hurry at all. Sinovic will take this.
Now Missouri State starting to look a little disheartened here as well. They're tired of chasing. They're starting to foul a little bit.
Dryden. Clever move, sees that over the byline. Gives Alex Riggs a goal kick. Missouri State hurrying, getting numbers forward, awaiting this goal kick by Riggs. John Leamy looking on. Is there a way back for the Missouri State Bears? If we're level after 90 minutes, 20 minutes of golden goal extra time. Ball played through, well defended by Schuler as Alford made the run into the penalty area. Barbero. Easily caught by Holt on the service from Miller. Miller just trying to lift into the 18-yard box. A bit hit and hope there.
Well, Missouri State, you look at John Leamy there. They had their two chances here. The semi-breakaway by Alford that was brilliantly saved by Brian Holt, the freshman goalkeeper for Creighton. And then the free kick, which was not offside. Where was it Will Zegon?
Miller lifting that forward. Look at Holt coming out of his penalty area into the penalty arc.
Yeah, Vanier is the one that had the chance on the free kick where he was not offside. So those were two chances where Missouri State really could have tied this match up.
Buckenheimer.
Of course, for Creighton, they had two pretty clear opportunities that were missed by Sindlinger here in the second half.
Chance for Hoffman. Nicely played to the byline. Well cut out by Schuler as Windmuller tried to send it through to the back post. Not sure if Hoffman was shooting or crossing there, but it was deflected and became a very difficult ball for Holt. I think that was a cross, not a shot tie.
It was a cross, but then the deflection put a wicked spin on it. Holt, I don't think, really knew where that ball was. And here it is. Yeah, off the defender's kneecap, and Holt then out of position on the deflection. See the spin on this ball, only missing by a couple of feet.
On the corner kick from Missouri State. On the in-swinger by Barbero.
And you know, Brian Holt is not a tall goalkeeper, but he is very athletic. You could see him there on that last opportunity, flying to try and make contact with that ball.
Last touch by Johannes DeMarzi, and a goal kick for Holt. Our match recap made possible by Emerson, the global manufacturing and technology company. To learn more, visit emerson.com. Ethan Finley, 6th of the season, 2nd of this tournament, coming in the 28th minute. That is the difference on the score sheet. Presented by Emerson, consider it solved.
And not to take anything away from Ethan Finley, who's been tireless on the right-hand side and came up with that goal. But Walters' cross, the nice bend towards the back post, had a lot of quality on it, so the assist to Walters really helped make that goal.
Andre Gatsmanov, and Gatsmanov fouled in a free kick to Creighton. There'll be in no hurry to take this. We're in the 87th minute as the Blue Jays lead 1-0. Creighton closing in on their 11th Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Tournament Championship. So either be Gatsmanov or Chris Clark. It's Gatsmanov. Walters.
Foul on Walters.
Walters committing that foul on Jordan Hoffman. Briggs will come out of his 18-yard box to take this restart. Down to the 88th minute. Riggs. Off the head of Zegon. Walters. That over the touchline.
Well, I did expect to see more goals in this second half, but we really could have seen two at each end when you think about it. The two chances I just talked about that Missouri State had to tie the match, and then the two misses by Sindlinger.
Castillo lost out on the dribble. Windmuller. Quickly away by Sinovic. Dacey made it interesting. Riggs kept his cool. Riggs on the distribution. Missouri State has to take chances now. They have to get numbers forward. One right back by Walters. Gatsmanov.
That was Clark coming back through midfield. Yeah.
Hennessy lifting that forward. Flicked on right to Schuler. 89th minute we go. 1-0 Creighton leading Missouri State as that ball sends over the touchline.
They give some credit to Missouri State. They may not end up with any sort of results here, but when you think about it, coming in, did anybody really expect them to beat Creighton?
Okay, this side just won 5 games during the regular season, winning in the first round, winning in the semifinals, trailing just 1-0 versus Creighton. Number 1 the MVC, number 2
They've made a decent match of this, and they still could.
Here's Butsa Bubon. Oh, that's a great ball forward. Through the 6-yard box to the back post. Windmuller cannot finish on a very, very difficult ball.
Just that close. Just really a couple of feet away from being able to connect Missouri State and tie this game up. But now the clock.
90th minute.
Missouri State breaking well. Butsuban, nice little ball, slick in there. A driven cross here, but again, Missouri State just not the timing on the runs, just not getting anyone on the end of the cross.
That may have been the last opportunity for Missouri State. Creighton will try to maintain possession in the attacking half. Gatsmanov down, appealing for a foul, not forthcoming. Missouri State's going to throw everybody forward here. Looking for the equalizer, looking to send this to golden goal extra time. That ball cut out by Sensky. Castillo.
This is trouble here.
Here's Finley.
Keep it right here, fellas, in the back.
Dacey. Will he go to goal or to the corner flag?
6, 5, 4, 3,
Over the byline.
1.
And that is it. Full time has been reached, and Creighton wins their 11th ever Missouri Valley Conference Men's Soccer Tournament final. They are champions in 2008.
Creighton, a classy team. They showed it in terms of possession. They really entertained with their ability to zip the ball around. Gatsmanov, the key man for them, really set the tone of the entire game. And Missouri State, what a battling team. Give them tons of credit for even being here when you consider what a rough start they had to their season. And here they were one goal away. It's a very close chances from putting this into overtime. Ethan Finley, the goal scorer for Creighton, a good match out on the right-hand side. But Gatsmanov was the dominant factor in this match.
Great effort by Missouri State, the number 3 seed coming through to reach this final, but they fall 1-0 to Creighton. So the Bluejays are champions of the Missouri Valley Conference. They now are looking to a national title. Ty and I are back to wrap it up. You're watching the Missouri Valley Conference.
You know, it's not all fun and games when you're a mascot. Every year I find myself where the season always ends meets the bills never stop. You know that place where you realize even a squirrel can't live off peanuts? Well, maybe you don't, but believe me, I'm there.
Here's a way to score on savings.
Nice.
Switch your car insurance to State Farm. You'll save big, plus get a payment plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know I wear this everywhere.
A lot of choices, huh?
Tell me about it.
Because you want a beer that's not too heavy.
Yeah?
But you don't want to compromise on taste, so.
No, I don't.
Just want that perfect balance.
Budweiser. Oh, thanks, man. You know, they ought to pay you.
Steer to help.
It's so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Where can you get the best milk? From Tom, from Russ, from Laura and Maggie.
It comes from all of us.
We're Prairie Farms, and we don't just work for the dairy, we are the dairy, making sure the milk in your child's school, in your stores, and on your table is fresh and healthy, handled with the kind of care that your family deserves.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Ask for us, the farmer-owned dairy.
I know this drill. I rack up a big charge on my credit card. I get a tote bag.
Well, actually, with our points program, you can get gift cards, flat screen TVs, even plane tickets.
How do you get enough points for that?
Oh, all kinds of ways. By using your debit card, your credit cards, checking account.
I don't believe you.
What?
You messing with me, right?
Oh, I'm not messing with you.
Can I still get the tote bag?
Absolutely.
It's not just banking, it's National City.
The 2008 State Farm The 2008 State Farm MVC Men's Soccer Tournament has been brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. Mercy Health Plans. The way we care makes all the difference. The Prairie Farms family of dairies. Prairie Farms, Highland, and Roberts Dairies, serving dairy fresh food products throughout Mid-America. And by Casey's General Stores, convenience stores, and a whole lot more. We welcome you back live inside Black Beauty Field in Evansville, Indiana. The Creighton Bluejays have captured the 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Championship by defeating Missouri State 1-0. State Farm presents our players of the match.
Well, Nick Dryden at the back, the captain for Missouri State. He held one of the top collegiate teams in the country to just one goal today. He blocked 3 or 4 shots on his own that could have easily found their way into the back of the Missouri State net. So big match for a big player. Of course, for Creighton, Andre Gatsmanov, what else can you say? The guy dictated the whole flow of the game for Creighton. He sprayed the ball around. He made Missouri State chase. They ended up breaking down and creating the chances. Gatsmanov had a lot to do with just the overall dominance of Creighton in this match.
And Rawlings presents today's play of the match.
Play of the match, and this is the Cinderella story was still going on at this point for Missouri State. A chance to get in the NCAA tournament, but Justin Alford, their senior, stopped point blank here. A ginormous save by 5'8" Brian Holt, the conference freshman team of the year, and also only from a local guy from Omaha. Great job there. He kept the clean sheet for Creighton, and they are champions.
Creighton are indeed champions of the Valley in 2008 in the regular season, and now they have captured this postseason conference tournament presented by State Farm. Next stop, the NCAA Championship, the 17th consecutive appearance for the Blue Jays. Number 2 in the nation, they are eyeing a national title. Ethan Finley, his 6th of the season, proves to be the lone goal of the match. It proves to be the match winner coming in the 28th minute. Creighton defeats Missouri State 1-0. For my broadcast partner, Ty Keogh, our producer, Kayla Manning, our director, Corey Smith, and our entire crew, I'm Sean Wheelock. Thanks for watching the 2008 State Farm Missouri Valley Men's Soccer Championship.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you covered for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
Perfect beer deserves the perfect pour. Right down the middle, releasing all the flavor. Perfect.
Well, call me a perfectionist.
If I were you, I'd expect lavish guest rooms and gorgeous lake views from a 4-diamond hotel. If I were you, I'd expect to be entertained, wined, and dined. And if I so choose, pampered by day or exhausted by night. And if I were you, I'd want it all. Very close, yet seemingly far away. Chateau on the Lake Resort and Spa. More than you expect. Closer than you think.
Connecting Missouri with 27,000 miles of power lines means each and every mile must be reliable. Because when the skies turn dark, every mile must show its strength. We're Ameren UE, working every day, improving our delivery system. UE, ratcheting up our routine so you can enjoy undisturbed comfort in yours. Learn how we're improving reliability at uepoweron.com.
Aquafina has a 7-step purification process that removes the stuff you find in other waters. Here's how. We filter it once. Then we filter it again. Then we purify it. And filter it again. And filter it again. And filter it again. And then purify it again. So all you taste is pure water. Aquafina. Purity guaranteed.
Casey's, it's all good. Casey's, it's all right.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large made-from-scratch specialty pizza for only $13.99.
Made fresh for your order. Meat and cheese piled high for you. Casey's General Store. Casey's, it's all good.
That's our bud man. He's always here, rotating stock, checking freshness dates, making sure your Budweiser is always perfect.
Does he make house calls?